Fox News still mocks Biden for wearing a mask. Hi, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. I really appreciate it. If you subscribe, you click the bell, you share, and you like this video. Thank you so much for the support so far. Also, consider following me on my Twitter page at Jordan Show. That's without the O at the end. So, I mean, it's not incorrect. It's Jordan Show. Watch this clip and I'm going to come back with some more.
Tweeting campaign messages, I would ask him to do this. Listen to the scientists. Support masks.
What would you say to Joe Biden there?
Well, I would say to Joe that you don't really understand what scientists are. First of all, listen to your doctors. That's for sure. They know your personal history. Doctors really aren't scientists. When they're scientists, almost always have competing opinions. That's what science is about. Science isn't a didactic, dogmatic religion. So, there's almost every principle of this kind of science, medical science, has conflicting opinions. And for example, it isn't science to be wearing that mask, Joe, when you're giving a speech and the people are 30 or 40 feet away from you. The only thing you can affect when you're doing that is a teleprompter that's closer to you. So I see through you. I mean, that's a political statement to scare people wearing that mask. You do not need that mask when you're standing on a podium and nobody is within half a football field of you.
Well, he didn't have his mask on the other night at the debate, and I would imagine that
nobody put it on. But he put it on. But he put it on the other day, giving a speech where the closest person to him was probably 100 yards, and the thing was almost up to his eyes. That's political theater, Martha. That's not science.
I hear what you're saying, but just to play devil's advocate, he'd probably say, well, I haven't gotten COVID, and the president did, and he's not a big fan of wearing masks. I mean,
well, I haven't either, and I don't wear masks as much as probably I should, and I haven't gotten COVID either. And a lot of people on both sides of that. I mean, what they claim is science is nonsense. For example, in my city and many cities, they allow Black Lives Matter protests without masks, with everybody right next to each other. But they don't allow legitimate parades. Well, you're telling me it's good science to allow protests?
Well, there's a lot of things that haven't been allowed that a lot of us feel should be allowed, and the lockdowns should end in a more forceful way.
So, I mean, you have to listen to scientists. He says, listen to your doctor, don't listen to scientists. I'm going to listen to Dr. Richfield, a virologist who's been doing this 30 plus years. And he said, and he consistently said, that this virus is supposed to go away, supposedly towards the third quarter of 2021, while Trump basically says he doesn't know what he's talking about. This whole mess situation should not be political. I don't understand why Fox News is continuously politicizing this situation, or having guests come on continuously politicizing this situation. This is a pandemic. This is not something that should be politicized. It should be something that's supposed to be mandated. And the fact that we are still on the realm of saying that masks shouldn't be worn, or why are masks not worn during BLM movements, but they have to be worn during a parade movement. Both sides are equally wrong. And hey, I'm in New Orleans, okay? And if you look up New Orleans, you would know that New Orleans is known for the pow 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 city, okay? And surprisingly so, we've had peaceful protests here. We're not part of the 7% of people who are having these non-peaceful protests, because studies have shown that 93% of these BLM movement protests are peaceful. And here in New Orleans, it's certainly peaceful. And I have driven into protests, and people were socially distanced. People were wearing masks. So for him to even acknowledge, for a white man to even acknowledge that, the BLM movement is not wearing a mask, he's just generalizing the whole situation. That 7% is a very small, minuscule towards a 93%. You can't compare it to two. And you know what, at this point in time, you guys, I have to say this. I was watching Tara. She was on 60 Minutes, and that's in Australia. And I felt bad for the woman, with her allegations towards Biden. And she lost her home, she lost her friends, she lost jobs, she lost money. Her dream was to be a senator. And, you know, I know her story seems inconsistent, but she did tell her mom and she did tell her friend, and, you know, she didn't want to report at the time. So, like, I'm at a balls into where I don't even want to vote for either of the two. You know, I think in my heart, morally speaking, I would feel bad if I vote for Trump or Biden, and I think I would feel more at ease consciously inside if I just vote for a third ticket, because I'm not a supporter of, you know, allegations of someone penetrating a female on both sides, allegedly. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Please do subscribe and click the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Deuces, yay!